Hi, my babies. For those of you that don't know, my name is Maisha Allen. I am from Arizona. On my channel, we talk about everything. We have funny content. We have relationships, being a military wife, fostering, just how to build confidence, how to cope and use life skills to deal with everyday stress, traumas. We talk about gun violence. We talk about all that on this channel, and it's just at the end of the day authentic and just real. That's what it is. I don't try to put myself in a box. I don't try to be somebody that I'm not. That's not what you get from this channel. It's raw, it's real, and it is what it is. Now that I have been going out more, interacting with people more, going out in the community with my family, and really just being in the now and really focusing on the present, I noticed something. And I noticed that I was very, very stressed out prior, not living my life like that. I was not. So I noticed that because lately I've been going to counseling. I meet with a counselor, and I'm constantly always in my Bible, and I'm constantly always praying. I usually journal, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking a little bit on that. But I'm always meditating, always listening to podcasts. God. It's just flowing through my ears, in and out my ears and my days. God. I like to go on walks. I like to go out in my hammock. I do a lot of that. So me really being mindful and really taking time to myself and back to counseling, me really learning and channeling my energy and really working through things and really becoming a woman, right? A woman that have been working through her trauma. I've really been learning how to let things go. For the longest time, I was holding on to things, and it was making me sick. I was always in and out of the hospital, couldn't keep food down, wouldn't eat, and just sick all the time because I was so stressed out. And I didn't notice that until I started really learning how to verbalize, you guys, because I know that they always talk about men being so strong and feeling like they can express themselves. As a woman, as a very strong, independent woman, I was taught to handle my burdens on my own. But sometimes you have to talk it out. Sometimes you can't just handle everything. Sometimes you need your support system. You need resources. That's why you have family. That's why you have counselors. That's why you have friends. That's why you have a husband, a wife. That's why you have kids. You have people around that love you and show you love and that support you. And that's very important to have. So me realizing that, like, look, like, you have people, you have resources that are here to help you. Because before I was like, no, even counseling, I didn't even believe in counseling, wouldn't even do counseling. Because I was like, for what? Like, I got it. Like, I handle everything else. I get through everything. Why I need somebody? That's not a good mindset to have. So once I learned how to channel all that, I'm able to think clearly. Follow me. I'm going somewhere with this, trust me. I was able to think clearly, and I did not realize how much baggage I was holding on to. I didn't realize that. So I can go in the back and I can sit in my hammock and not think about anything. It's like you're alive, you're present. You hear, you smell things, you hear the trees, you're present. Because you're not so stressed out and have all these different worries and stressors going on in your head, right? So I was like, wow, I did not realize that I was this stressed out. Now that I have found who I am as a woman, I'm able to think and see clearly. I'm able to go out and not even have my phone. Majority of the time, I don't even have my phone, you guys. Of course, when I'm trying to get my content out here and I'm talking to you all, that's when I'm really on my phone and editing videos and stuff like that. But other than that, like, if I'm not looking like at enhancing like my career or my life, or, you know, looking up ideas and different things like that, my phone is down and I'm with my family. Like, that's how present I've been. And that's a beautiful feeling. And it's like, before I was always thinking about the next step, stressing about things I can't control. And once I really started leaning on God, I learned, like, look, like, worrying is not gonna do nothing. For what? Other than stress you out. Worrying is not going to do nothing. Worrying is not of God. And when I pray and I leave that up to God. I'm telling you guys, once I pray, I let it go. I pray and I pray to God for God to help me not to stress. I pray to God to ask me and give me strength to trust him when it comes to my life, when it comes to my decision, when it comes to what I want, when it comes to my dreams. I pray and I ask him to help me not to be stressed out. I ask him to help me be present in the now because I struggle with that. It was like I noticed that my mind was crowded with different thoughts, different things, a whole bunch of different things was going on, you guys. So stressed out. Have you ever been so stressed out where you don't even remember nothing? You can't remember nothing. You can't remember appointments. You can't remember birthdays. You can't remember nothing. And people wonder, why are you like that? Because you stress the heck out. Stress can do a lot to the mind. Stress is straining to the mind, you guys. So my mind was totally crowded. I didn't have room for anything else. So I had to declutter my mind. Declutter my mind so that way I can have room to live a functional life. Room to let go of things and handle new trials and tribulations that come my way. I kind of brushed on this in the beginning of the video. I was not present. Never, you guys. If I'm at like a wedding, if I'm at anything that's important, you guys, I wasn't really able to enjoy it because I was so freaking stressed out. So many things that happened in my life, you guys. Like when I got married to my husband, 4 years later, we decided to have a wedding. And when I look back, I don't even like to think about my wedding because I was so stressed out and I was not present. I cannot tell you how I felt in that moment. I cannot tell you if it was fun. I cannot tell you anything, you guys, because I was not there. And that bothers me. Me thinking back and be like, girl, you can't even really think about your wedding? You can't even remember who was there, who you saw? People were telling me, oh yeah, like, do you remember when I gave you this? Do you remember when I said this? I don't. Because I was having that was not, even though it was a beautiful moment, that was a really rough time in my life. I was going through a lot. And I couldn't even enjoy my wedding day. I remember getting my makeup done and stuff, and I didn't even feel right. I didn't. So after feeling that, and thinking back and realizing how I felt in that moment and realizing that I was not present, that I wasn't even able to recite or think about my wedding day, I told myself I won't do that to myself anymore. I'm working on being present. When I leave and I go with God, I want to be able to look back and be like, look, like I cherish this time with my kid. I cherish this time with my family, my husband. I was there for people. I lived my life. Not being in a box. Because in my 20s, all my 20s, where did time go? I wasted time. I was so unhappy. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to interact with people. So many times, I have so many people inviting me trips. I'm going to say weddings again. A whole bunch of good people. But because I was so caught up in everything that was going on and so caught up in my thoughts in my head and allowing the devil to make me think differently of myself, it stopped on everything. And I regret that. But I didn't allow people to be there for me. So now I'm interacting. I'm talking to people. I'm talking to my friends. I'm engaging more because I got the room to. I'm not stressed out. So I'm able to go on restaurants. Like one of my coworkers, I really love her. And I said, hey, like, we talk all the time. Would you like to go get lunch soon and just chat? She's like, of course. Like, why didn't you ask me before? I was waiting. I would love that. Reach out to me. And I'm so excited because I'm getting out of my shell, you guys, because getting out of my shell, y'all get it? My name's my shell. Anyway, so now that I'm 32, it's like you appreciate the time. You appreciate the moment. And me losing people that I love, and the people that I love, seeing them live their life to the fullest and being present in every moment and being able to look back on their life. It hurts me to look back and think that I gave depression this much power. That I gave stress this much power. But I can't dwell on the past. I can only be in the future and be in the present now. Now the person that I am, the decisions that I'm making, and me not allowing stress to stop me from living my life, you guys. And y'all gonna think this is funny, but I'm gonna tell y'all, one of my best friends, she's having a wedding. And the wedding is in November and it's in Texas, okay? I don't do flying like that. I don't fly like that. But she invited me to this wedding, and it was very sweet of her to invite me to the wedding, so I'm going. I don't fly. And usually I'm like, no, I'm not going to go because, you know, it's out of the norm, and I don't travel by myself and different things like that. But I'm going. That's a step. That's a step. Because I want to live. I want to go to another state. I want to be able to look out and see the mountains and the people in the cities. And see what, you know, what the state smells like, what their food smells like. Meet different people. Never know. Maybe I would love Texas and want to move there one day. But how would I know if I'm not willing to go? You get what I'm saying? So I'm going. I'm living. I don't do things like that. But I tell myself, look, in your 30s mind, you're going to live. You're gonna make up for lost time. The 20s, you lost all those years, okay? Those years got away from you. You were in your depression. You've been out of depression for 15 years plus. We don't live there no more. We live in the now. And now when I'm stressed out or when things bother me, I don't let that control my mood. I know how to channel it. You guys, if I get into it with somebody, if I have a horrible day, I can walk in a room, you don't even know that I'm going through something. Because I'm learning, I'm navigating. When that depression and that stress had a hold on me, that was the worst feeling in the world. I wouldn't wish that feeling on nobody. I thank God every day. Because now I really know what it feels like to be free, mentally free and spiritually free. I've always been a free spirit. Always thinking positive, always wanting to live. So I tell myself, Mai, you got the spirit. Now just do it. Just live. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, all this stuff, if your job, if you ain't got a good job, if your bills are just all coming in, you're stressed out, you're in debt. Listen, life is more than that. You got to give that to God. Don't allow that to stress. Don't allow it to stress you out. I know it's hard, but just trust that as long as you're doing your best through the rough times, you're keeping a good attitude, and even though you feel like you're taking L's left and right in the best of your situation, God gonna show up. God gonna show up, and God is gonna come through, and God's gonna help you. God gonna bless you. Don't waste your life on stress and worrying about things that don't matter. I'm telling you, people die every day. They can't get their life back. Live. No regrets.